There have been tearful reunions as an air travel bubble between Australia and New Zealand became a reality. Quarantine-free travel is now allowed for the first time in more than 12 months. Emotions spilled over for many passengers as they were reunited with loved ones. The bubble follows months of negotiations. It's been hailed as a major milestone in restarting global travel. Brianna Piazza has more.
Flights between Australian cities and New Zealand are heavily booked as many people jump at the opportunity to reunite with loved ones or take their first overseas holiday since the pandemic started. Australians are banned from leaving the country without permission from the federal government. But the start of the long-awaited trans-Tasman travel bubble today means Australians can travel freely to New Zealand. They also won't have to undergo mandatory quarantine upon their return to Australia, unlike those returning from other destinations. Australian airports are being divided into two zones to separate people returning from New Zealand and other countries to reduce the risk of cross-infection. Leaders of the two countries can decide to suspend the travel bubble arrangement at any time if there's a COVID-19 outbreak. But that hasn't deterred people who were eager to get on the first flight out of Melbourne this morning.
We're just going to get away and get a good break, and this was really opportune time, so fantastic to go.
I am so excited. I'm travelling to New Zealand because that's where my son and his family live, and I calculated it's 563 days since I've seen them.
So we've been trying to do business remotely for 18 months nearly now, and I used to travel nearly every 3 weeks, so first flight out, see the customers, see our product and get back on the ground.
New Zealanders accounted for 1.3 million arrivals to Australia in 2019, contributing about $2 billion to the Australian economy. It comes just in time for both countries' snow seasons after ski operators suffered heavy blows in the state of Victoria last year as people spent most of winter in lockdown. Airlines are already adding domestic flights as they anticipate greater demand for air travel. Australia's struggling tourism industry workers are cautiously optimistic that this could be the start of more travel bubbles to come. There are reports that Australians could be travelling quarantine-free to countries such as Singapore, Japan and Fiji in the second half of the year. Brianna Piazza, CNA, Melbourne.